Justice League Unlimited, issue number 1. That's right, folks. It's back. Justice League is back. It's been how long? It's been a minute, right, since they've done Justice League because the brand became so toxic because they had some bad movie stuff going on and nobody really wanted to write them. Do you remember, like, when the Titans were supposed to take over for the Justice League and then they just didn't because nobody knew what to do with that book? I don't know, it's time. Mark Waid, Dan Mora, the Dream Team. Two of the talents that are blazing the comic book world still for Mark Waid. Is this his first time on Justice League? Like, he's written all of these characters before, obviously. But this is an insane book. It's pretty good. Like, I like it a lot. I think it looks fantastic. The premise is building itself up for a premise, so that's kind of fun. I take a step back when we do. Everybody's a member of the Justice League, and we're going to we're going to periodically select distinctive members to handle a situation. That kind of stuff just doesn't work for me. I'm like, that's great. You know, oh, we got a big problem to avert over here. Let's make sure we get these specific characters to do that. I don't know. That just seems like it's taking the fun out of, like, other characters handling a situation. But whatever, that's just comic books, isn't it? We're in a different era of DC anyway, so we have to have these characters show up. So we open up this book. There's like a huge fire raising in South Africa. Huge fire raging. People are like hurt. Star Sapphire is like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. We got to get to work. We got to do something. Pretty much like Star Sapphire is like the key character, and Airwave, like two characters that are like supposedly like our new introductions to being a superhero or something. Is this the first time Star Sapphire's been like a Justice Leaguer? That's a really interesting angle to play up. I like it. I don't even think a Green Lantern appears in this book. So sure, let's use her. I'm happy with that. That's interesting. But let's cut back to before this big fire raged. It's the Watchtower, and Airwave is showing up for the first time. He has never been there before. He's like, I hope this works. Here goes nothing. He's got like his Justice League like cue card, like identification card that you can like actually buy physical representations of in like comic book stores. So he uses it, he blasts onto the Watchtower, and he's like, hello, is anybody there? Before anybody answers, like an AI is like, the Marine Marauder has been spotted on the coast of Auckland. We have to go. Somebody send Aquaman and Sand and Torterra out there. And I'm like, really? What is like Sand gonna do? Whatever. But there you go. There's Aquaman in a book. He's got a book coming out in January I'm very excited for. So they're gonna go do that. And then the Challengers are like called to do something else too. So they're running up past Airwave. And then Captain Marvel and Stargirl, they're called to do something else. So they're doing something. And Airwave's like, this is crazy. And then a voice is like, it's pretty awesome, right? Hey, welcome to the Watchtower, Airwave. I'm the Flash. Let's take a quick tour. Let's go around everywhere. Here's where the Justice Society meets. This is for the old people. This is the question. She's got a book out right now where she's solving a crime on the Watchtower. So say hi. She's like, sup. This is the Atom Project. They're going to have a book coming out soon too. The Atoms are going to like work on a thing to find where all like the secret powers went during Absolute Power. We'll deal with that later. This is Red Tornado. He doesn't have a physical body right now, so he's like our AI. He's our guy that's controlling the Watchtower. Everyone's like, I gotta breathe, man. He's like, there's no time. We gotta keep going. This is like a prison. Don't go in there, but that's the prison. Okay, cool. We're teeing that up so when we like open the Phantom Zone prison gate, you're not surprised when villains walk out of it onto the Watchtower. You know, that's just in there for that. I should point out, it's Dan Mora. The artwork looks incredible. Tamara Bonvillain does the colors. It looks good. This book looks good. I'm so amazed that Dan Mora could just do all of this so fast. Like, he also has a Superman book out this week. I'm like, wow, dude, you're just going hard. But there is like a big thing happening that gets like everybody alerted to like what's going on. There's mass casualties reported in South Africa. We're gonna like dispatch a team. We're gonna get like the Alpha Wave. What does that mean? This is another thing where if I was a superhero, I'd be very annoyed if there's like different levels of wave. So the Alpha Wave is going to include Superman, Wonder Woman, Star Sapphire, Black Lightning, Kid Flash, Firestorm. They're going to go deal with this crisis in South Africa. We cut back to now where they're like working on the thing. Superman and Wonder Woman are going to like destroy the big wheel machines that are like destroying the area. Everyone else is kind of like on search and rescue to save people. It's Star Sapphire and Black Lightning kind of teaming up to be like, I've never really done this before, Jefferson. How do I deal with the situation? As they're trying to figure that out, Red Tornado's giving them some information. This is a mining town. It provides a lot of like the world's iridium, and it's more valuable than gold. So this like villain group called Inferno is like, let's use our big machines to like attack it and take all the iridium or something. A classic thing. I get it. It's an easy, this is your first Justice League Unlimited like fight in like the main story. Let's fight like a big machine that's trying to take like minerals and stuff. I guess it's an element. You know what I mean? I guess that's why you should have Firestorm here. Makes sense to me. So the heavy hitters are just like destroying the machinery. Carol and Jefferson are just going to help people get to safety. It's pretty cool. You see Airwave on the watchtower like, oh my god, like I gotta go help in there. And Red Tornado's like, what are you gonna do? You can't like you like turn into electromagnetic waves. That's not really relevant for this mission. And that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, okay, I get it. I know what we're doing, where it's like we have to get specific people for a mission. So when we do like a water mission, that's when we get, Aquaman involved. Or we go to space, we're not going to have like Nightwing. I get it. It's just, when you have every hero in the book and you can just like have a revolving door of characters, I don't know. Kind of takes like the personality away from like the heroes doing individual stuff. But I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll pick up in that direction. So the big hitters are still fighting everybody. Carol finds like a man who's like dying and is like calling out for somebody. But before we like get that resolution, we have to cut to Monteverde, Costa Rica, where Batman and Jaime Blue Beetle are like dropped in. Hey, Tornado, what are we doing here? And then it's the local police are like, yeah, we actually called the League, Batman. Something's going on. Like a weird creature is like, has like big talons and wings and is like stealing our kids. Can you like take a look at our forest? So they like walk deeper into the forest and they see like it's like on fire and there's weird lights and everything. It's very strange. And Jaime's like, oh, okay. Don't really know what's going on here. Cut back to the stuff with Star Sapphire and Black Lightning. They find a man who's barely alive. They have to get him to a doctor, but if they try to move him in this condition, he is going to die. It's not good. The nearest hospital is like 40 miles. He's not going to make it. Everything's looking kind of bad for the team right now. Like Wonder Woman and Superman, they're just like beating up the big equipment. Firestorm trying to like reverse some of the stuff that's like on fire. It ain't looking good. But Star Sapphire notices that this man has a wedding ring. So she's like, hey, I can save him. I have the power of love. So if we could get like the person he loves. So Jefferson pulls out like his ID. It's like his name's Aiden. Like he's calling out for his wife. Amelie. He's like, if I can find her, if we can get her here, then I can save her. So we just have to have like access to getting a hold of her. And Tornado's like, there's no access to these people. That's when Airwave's like, oh, I could do it. They have cell phones. They're not working though. But like, yes, that's the thing I do. Electromagnetic stuff. That's phones, right? I can jump down there. So beam me down there. I'm gonna like call out for Amelie and like, are you over here? Where are you? I need her right now. If anyone knows where she is, if anyone knows where Amelie is, get me to her right now. So he finds her and like sends her to where Star Sapphire and Black Lightning are, brings her there, and through the power of love and ambiguity that is Star Sapphire's power, the power of love heals him and he's okay and saves the day. And Superman and Wonder Woman, they took down the big Inferno machines, and it's a really cool little thing to see. The guy's not really in a good condition, but he's alive, and all's well that ends well for a Justice League mission. Very cool. I should say, as they're like wrapping up, Superman finds like a device and like a couple of like cloaked figures emerge from his like, we are Inferno. We're going to stop you, Superman, and the Justice League or whatever. We're going to destroy like every nation, and like there'll be endless suffering in the world, and the Justice League is going to be like a part of trying to stop us or something. Cool. It's obvious, and I'm not against it. A new organization called Inferno that's going to like stop people. Yep, I'm fine. 5 cloaked figures. Who are they going to be? Well, we got a long time to find out. Cool. Cut back to Costa Rica, and we see Batman and Jaime exploring, and they find a bunch of like xenomorph-looking eggs. And it's like, oh, that's not what I expected. That can't be good. Tornado, can you send us a bunch of heavy hitters here? We gotta, like, break some infected eggs and stuff. So they're gonna do that. We cut back to the Watchtower. The Alpha Wave is returning. Everyone's kind of impressed with how Airwave handled himself. They're like, I did good? They're like, yeah, you did great. Like, you solved a problem, you helped save a life. That's all you can ask for. I think that's better than okay. He's like, oh, he's so nervous. Kid, go take a lap, take a minute, like, you know, wear off the adrenaline, and then get used to it. So welcome to the Justice League Airwave. A cool guy. What are we doing? I don't know. So then we cut to, like, his quarters or something. It looks so impersonal, and I'm like, that doesn't seem very Justice League-y, but he's just really, like, crying, like, covering his face, like, I can't believe they accepted me for who I am, and they trusted me. They don't even know me, and they don't know that I'm here to kill them all. And you're like, that's where the book ends? Like, Airwave's actually here to kill everybody? Is he the guy that's gonna, like, infiltrate the systems because there's a lot of, like, electromagnetic stuff within the Watchtower? I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. I think this book is good. I think Dan Mora is a good artist, and working with Tamra, they really understand how to, like, do the colors for his work. And Mark Waid just knows what he's doing when it's coming to these characters. I really like the inclusion of Star Sapphire. That's not something a lot of people would go for, but the fact that he did it, I appreciate. Is there some samey-facey for a lot of the characters? Yeah, I think so. I think so. But it's very vibrant. It's very colorful. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. But I'll just say this, as somebody who likes the Justice League, but likes the Avengers more because the Avengers are a chaotic family that hate each other, just the idea that there's 100 people here, and if we could just, like, have a mission where there's, like, a big volcano going off, we'll send this specific person and this specific person to deal with it. I think it loses a lot of, like, the edge of, like, dealing with a conflict when you can just have somebody resolve it that's built to resolve it. But that's why I'm not Mark Waid. He's a better writer than I'll ever be. So he'll solve a way around some of these problems, I'm guessing. Either way, fun. I don't know. I wish I liked it more, I guess. I just think it's fine. It was really good. It's really good. I just wish I felt more towards it, I suppose. But it's issue 1. Who knows what Inferno is going to be? Who knows what anything's going to be? We'll have to wait and see. So, Justice League Unlimited, issue number 1. I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.